All right, we're here with Lee Jones, the wide receiver coach at Navarre High School. Coming off, a not Navarre-like season last year in terms of the record. What's been the message? How have you tried to kind of, build off of that to kind of get back to where you guys have been?
I think the coaching staff has been very vocal on leadership and not just being leadership from the seniors. Juniors can lead, sophomores can lead. We weren't happy with 3-7. We've had a motto this summer called FIRE, so fearless, integrity, relentless energy. So we've been seeing the kids, take that on and starting to use that more.
Of course, Coach Bagley, his second year as the head coach, your second year, on his staff. What have you seen in him, and what's kind of, the way he's developing his program as the head coach at Navarre?
So Coach Bagley is a real good motivator. Like, that's one thing I noticed as a player playing under him, and I think the kids see that now. We tweaked some changes with our practice structure. So before we would practice JV and varsity together, we kind of separated them. We cut the freshman program, added them with the JV. So that's like a true outlook of what your varsity team will look like. So it's been exciting. The kids have been working hard the spring and the summer, so we're excited for them to go out on the field and show that.
You got a lot of starters back, which is a big plus. So we'll start with the offense. You got about 9 starters back there. So what do you feel like the strength's going to be there, and who are some of the standouts to look for?
Well, let's start up front. We'll have Peyton Robinson and Zevin Jones on the offensive line back, bringing 4 guys back there. So that's a big plus, having some experience in that room, some guys that's had some reps. Having Roman back at quarterback is a blessing. He'll have another year under his belt, so I'm excited to see what he'll do. We brought over Marquez White to play receiver. He was DB for us last year. He'll still be doing both, but he's brought some playmaking elements to that offense that we've seen guys like Dante Wright and Terrence Marshall be. And then our 2 leading receivers last year, Connor Hamlin and Brody Powers, will be back. Really consistent guys that really do the dirty work at wide receiver. So I'm excited for that whole unit to go show what they got.
Yeah, and then defensively, you got 8 starters back on that side. So, what are the strengths there, and some of the guys you feel like are going to stand out?
So I think defensively, we lost 2 big leaders with Vinny Villanova and Andre Spence. Those are 2 guys that you would love to have on your team every year. But I think they installed something in the younger guys last year that got some experience, and then the guys that are coming back, Zeke Burgess at corner, Jaden Jones. I think we got one of the 2 better corner duos in the area. Our defensive line with Big Bryce Wheeler, he'll be back. He was our second leading tackler last year. He's a ball player. Matt Lee played on the inside for us. He'll be back. We'll bring back Curtis Sanders, our safety. So that side should look like, Navarre defense, old, hard-hitting, flying to the football.
Are you seeing the difference with all these returners back in the second year under Coach Bagley?
It just feels like a lot of the kids are, they're a little bit more comfortable. They know what to expect. We had Coach Walls for 12 years, and he laid down a really good foundation for the program. And I think Coach Bagley has added on to that and added his own flavor to that. And I think the kids are taking that in, and you can see the experience on the team. It's a lot of leadership as a committee.
Yeah, you mentioned Coach Walls, and just set an incredible standard for so many years.
Yep.
And I always loved going to his practices because they were so regimented and structured, incredible. And you played under him. So what sticks with you really about how special he was as a head coach?
Coach Walls was a great coach. Structured, everything was in order, and you knew what to do, what time to do it, how he wanted it done. And I think we still got the same elements in the program that we had back then. Coach Bagley was his right-hand man. Coach Bagley's been there through Coach Olson, Coach Lashley, and Coach Walls. So he's been a Raider for a long time, so he's put his own elements on having that structure, that order, that discipline that I think that's really set our program apart from other ones.
How about when you look at the schedule? I know another tough schedule for you guys. So how do you like the way it structures and plays out as you try to build this year?
Like I tell the kids in my position group, when you come play at Navarre and you come play in the Panhandle, you're going to have to buckle your chin strap. You can't run away from teams. We're going to have to play Pace. We're going to have to play Niceville, Choctaw, teams of that nature. So for me, to the kids, I tell them, you should want to be a competitor. Like, our schedule's hard. We should want that. If we want to be the best team in the area like we say we are, we should want to play all the best teams in the area. So, playing 8 teams that made the playoffs last year, we're gonna know what we're made of. You know what I'm saying? We're going to know what we're made of. But, every week will be exciting. It'll be a new challenge for the kids. And I'm looking forward for them to go out there and compete.
All right, finally, I'm asking all the coaches about the transfer landscape right now. It's pretty crazy out there.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody going all over the place, no restrictions whatsoever, mirroring what's going on in college.
Yeah.
So how, as a staff, how do you guys try to handle that, and is this good for the game?
It's a little bit different from when I only played high school just 9 years ago. So back then, when you transferred, you had to sit. A lot of people kind of ridiculed you. I mean, I'm big on, kids are going to be kids. They're going to go wherever you go. But as a coaching staff, we got to coach with what we got. We're going to have the kids that are in our building locked in. When you come in the Navarre building, you're going to know the Raider way, and we're going to hold you to that standard, and we're going to coach that standard. So I feel like that's how we feel about it as a coaching staff and as a whole.
Excellent, great job. Good luck this year.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And somebody do work.